So I was in my mid 40s, and it was my husband and I in the car, and we were driving to take my son to work. Now, at that time, my son was about 14, 15 years old, and he was working for a fast food restaurant company. And we were on our way, just having a good time, nice sunny day. All of a sudden, my phone rings, and it's the leadership team from the headquarters office. They had literally drove down from their location to my location. And they were going to do what I call like a surprise ambush. But that day, I just was not at work. I called out. I wanted to spend some time. It was my mental health day. Now, they basically advised me that my services were no longer needed. And so I would love to say that that was something I was totally shocked by, but I wasn't. I always tell people, pay attention to the signs, because there are always signs. One of the biggest mistakes that I made at that time, I was not paying attention to the signs. Now, I decided to do this video here on YouTube, so I wanted to help anybody who is currently working, whether you're in your mid-40s, your 50s, 60s, and above, to understand there are some things that we always need to be thinking about. We never want the worst to happen. That's not what I'm saying. But you want to be prepared as much as you can within your possibilities. And when the leadership team shared with me my services were no longer needed, because I had been stressed out for so long while working. That sounds like a book for somebody, stressed out while working. But because I had been stressed out for so long in that environment, it was almost like a sense of relief, to be honest with you. But no matter how relieved that I felt at that moment, there was still stress, because guess what? There were some things I did not do when I ignored the signs that brought on more stress. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 3 things that I advise people to really consider and change if you're not doing this, to prepare yourself for the unknown if the unknown should happen. And like I said earlier, we never want the unknown to happen, but man, it's better to be prepared and not need this plan than to need this plan and not be prepared. All right, so let's jump in. Number 1, I had very little of a retirement plan. September 2017 is when I was informed that my services were no longer needed. I think I started putting down something towards a retirement plan for the first time in my life, maybe, oh my goodness, 2015, if that. But it wasn't enough. It really wasn't anything, to be honest with you, that I could withdraw. So not having a retirement plan, again, couldn't borrow from anything. I had no savings. So imagine it, no savings, no retirement plan, and I was in a pickle, as they say. And so that's something I would advise people. This is not financial advice, but definitely start as early as you can to put something towards retirement. And I know at the time of this recording, we're in 2026 and things may be a little tough, but even if you could put 1%, 2%, 3% or more, do what you can just in case the what if happens. And I know that's easier said than done. So if you can't do it, there's no judgment, but if you can really look at your budget and just like find a way to put more aside, I would highly encourage that. And again, this is not financial advice, just share my experience with you. I definitely encourage you to seek a financial advisor. So let's move on to number 2. And if you have any questions as I'm going through this and you're listening to it, please put it in the comments. Subscribe first and then put it in the comments. So I reward those individuals that subscribe to this channel and answer their questions without a doubt. Any questions you may have, I am open to answering them. But back to number 2. So number 2, personal branding. I had no digital footprint at all. Now, I get a lot of people that come to me because I'm a career advisor, and I'm sharing this all the time with people. And they say, well, I don't like social media. One of the things I want you to consider is having a LinkedIn profile. Now, a LinkedIn profile is not what I call social media. It's not your Facebooks, your Instagram, those things like that. I love those platforms for just like personal use. But when it comes to a business profile, you want to use I would say set up a LinkedIn profile. And I love LinkedIn because number one, I can put my work history, projects I'm currently working on, publications, all those things. And if you're not into that, just a good solid LinkedIn profile would be good to have your work history. But another thing I really like about LinkedIn is that you can literally reach out to people. And I have been on LinkedIn since I want to say 2009. And you can reach out to people and network and have informational interviews. And I haven't never met anyone except for maybe one person who did not want to meet with me. And other than that, that's it. And I have 3,900 people I'm connected to on LinkedIn as of today's date at the time of this recording. So, number one, you want to network with people outside of your four walls at work. You want to collaborate with other people. You want to get to know people because, again, the what ifs. And you want to have that digital footprint as well. And so the digital footprint doesn't always mean, oh, I got to write a publication on LinkedIn. I heard LinkedIn, you got to write publications, you got to post every day. That is not that at all. With this platform, you could do a lot of commenting, following companies, letting recruiters know you're interested in companies. A lot of things you could do behind the scenes without saying, oh, I'm going to apply for another job. And then number three, I would say, let's move on to number three, but I would say number three is not having my marketing tools together. And that's something I did not have. It's something I highly encourage others to have, is to have their marketing tools together. And what I mean by that is having a resume, understanding what should be on a resume. I see resumes every day, and I can tell you resumes are not the same the way they were 5 years ago, 10 years ago, not even 5 months ago. So understanding what should be on a resume. For example, not putting your graduation years on your resume if it's been more than 5 to 7 years. And making sure you have the right email address. Now, these are simple things, but I'm telling you, I see it every day. Another marketing tool you want to have is you want to understand what's on a cover letter. What is a cover letter? How to write a cover letter. Believe it or not, a lot of companies are still asking for a cover letter. So I highly encourage people to understand what it is and have just a baseline one just ready in case. And then the other thing, the marketing tool I would highly recommend is the LinkedIn profile. Definitely still, again, recommend that. And if you're not sure about any of these things, click on my profile and connect with me. I'm happy to connect and walk you through and show you how these things should be set up. And if you want to wait for my other YouTube channel, videos to come out, we can definitely work on that. Now, these are the three things that I highly recommend if you're 40 plus, 50 plus, even 60 plus, or even older, because you never know when the what ifs will occur. And like I said earlier, it's not that you anticipate or you want these things to happen, but you always want to be prepared. And in my mid 40s, when this happened to me, I was not prepared. And just want to share this with you. And I hope this has helped. Make sure you like this so I'll know that this resonated. Subscribe to our channel. Our goal this month at the time of this recording is to exceed our 100 members subscription, or 100 individuals to subscribe to this channel. Thank y'all so much for listening. And again, make sure you subscribe because I'm going to be sharing more of what not to do.